Fundraising isn't just about securing cash. It's about finding the right partners who believe in your vision and can help you bring it to life. Hi, welcome back to the Talent Times Opportunity Startup Hotline. I'm Kofi, head of the Talent Times Opportunity Initiative at Andreessen Horowitz, back to answer all your burning questions about starting and building a company. Remember, if there's something that's keeping you up at night, we're just a call away. Call 844-TxO, and your question might be featured in a future episode. Today, we have a good one. Let's do it.
Hey Kofi, thanks so much for your feedback on the deck. Quick question for you. I could use an overview of just fundraising in general. What are the different types of funding options, including venture capital? How do I determine which is right for my company? Thanks so much.
Thanks for the question. First, let me start by saying it's rare for a company to be profitable from day one. For most businesses, the early stages are all about trying to find your footing, and outside funding plays a big role in sustaining the company while they grow. Fundraising isn't just about securing cash. It's about finding the right partners who believe in your vision and can help you bring it to life. I know fundraising can be overwhelming because there's so many options, but before we even get to fundraising, let's talk about bootstrapping. Bootstrapping means using your own savings or reinvesting profits from your business to fund operations. Almost every founder starts with some level of bootstrapping. It's often the first step in bringing your idea to life. There's some benefits to it. You get to maintain ownership and equity because you're using your own cash. And also, since you're using your own cash, you actually spend more efficiently. And you don't have to repay back loans or answer back to any investors. But there are also some drawbacks. Since you're using your own cash, you're really limited by how much money you have, which means you're probably moving a lot slower, you don't experiment as much, and it makes it really difficult to compete with well-funded companies in your space. There's also financial risk. Since you're using your own money, there's a lot of pressure to make sure things work out. Bootstrapping is a great way to get your business started, but as your business grows, you're gonna need more options. The first option can be a friends and family round. This is when you raise money from people in your network who believe in you and your vision. The benefits of this are you can quickly raise money because these folks already know who you are. The terms are also usually very flexible, and you're getting support and buy-in from your network. But the downsides are, if the business isn't going well, it can strain relationships. Things can get really awkward. And also remember, you're raising money from your network. Some of these folks may not be professional investors, so there can be some misunderstanding around when do I get my money back? And then you're also limited to your network, right? You may not have access to a lot of capital within your network, but don't worry, there are other options you can explore. One of those ways is angel investors. Those are people who use their personal funds to invest in startups in exchange for equity. They often come in once your business has some validation, but before you're ready for venture capital. There are a lot of benefits to having angel investors. Usually angel investors are folks who've been really early at a high growth startup, or they've been operators with a lot of experience. They also give you flexible terms, and they can move quickly on investment decisions. But the downsides are they take equity, so there's a loss of ownership there, and you also have to manage expectations. As I mentioned before, these are folks that have had a lot of experience around building companies, so they may have a lot of opinions around the company that you're building. If you get too many angels on your cap table, it can complicate the cap table and make it less appealing for venture capitalists later on. Angel investors can provide critical early stage funding, but they're hard to find. If this is part of your plan, consider tapping into startup communities, pitch events, or platforms designed to connect founders with investors. As you grow, you're going to need more capital, and venture capital is a great option. VC is funding from professional investment firms in exchange for equity. It's really for businesses with big growth potential that need serious cash to grow fast. There are a lot of benefits to getting funding from VCs. You get access to substantial capital. They can also help you with hiring executives. They can help you with go-to-market strategies and other operational support. You could also tap into the VC's network and build credibility for the startup that you're trying to build. But much like all the other options, there are some potential downsides. Venture capitalists are going to require significant equity. Depending on the industry or sector you're in, you may be required to grow rapidly to be able to generate returns. Venture capital can be a game changer for the right business, but it's not for everyone. Ask yourself whether your business has the potential to grow big enough to generate returns for your investors and for yourself. There are also many other options like crowdfunding, revenue-based financing, and small business loans. But these are some of the most common ways founders get funding to launch and grow their companies. Each option has its own benefits and trade-offs, so take the time to figure out what makes the most sense for you. Good luck with the fundraising, and hit us up if you have any other questions.